Hey everyone, welcome. You're absolutely right, Southern Rose. Eli spent his whole day watching videos and screenshot comments. He's getting more delusional every day. You're absolutely right. You're getting one of these. Hey, Siren. So, he's getting triggered and more triggered by the day. So, I wasn't even going to say anything about this, but Cuck to bring it up. So, right after the election, he has to take his walk and start bitching and whining about it. And he keeps doing it. And I was like, what the fuck? It was like, we don't need a lecture from the Cuck on politics, especially from him. Hey, Wendy, screenshots. We don't need a lecture from a Cuck on politics. So, Eli is triggered. Hey, Jack. So, Eli is triggered that Trump won the election. And I'm like, okay. And what's his point? You know, we had a deal with 4 years of an incompetent administration in Washington. So the voters had a choice. All right. They can continue with an incompetent administration in Washington, or they could take their country back. That was the choice given to the voters on Tuesday. That was the choice. And he isn't going to be telling us how to vote, who to vote for, what the issues are. We already know what the fucking issues are, Cuck. You're not going to be telling us who to vote for, how to vote, while screaming and yelling triggered that Trump won the damn election. We already know he won. Damn it. We already know he won. We already saw video from her concession speech, Kamala's concession speech, with her followers crying the next day. And Wendy, I wasn't even going to push the live button and gloat about it. I wasn't going to push the live button and say, hip, hip, hooray, Trump won. No. Why was that? Because everyone has a choice. Everyone has their vote. Everyone went out to vote. If it was for Kamala or was it for Trump? All right. I'm not going to sit there because I disagree with some of these Kamala voters. and why they voted for Kamala. I'm not going to sit there and drag them through the mud for going to vote. All right? I agree with that, Jack. But that isn't the point that Cock doesn't get. What Cucky doesn't get is we live in a democracy and each person goes out to vote on election day and during early voting. We are not a communist country as he wishes we were. If he doesn't like it, why doesn't he move to North Korea? He can move to China. He can move to Cuba, Vietnam, Laos, one of those countries. All right? I just don't give a shit, Cock, that your butt hurt over the end result. All right? We don't give a shit. I'm not going to sit there and drag the other side for voting. That's what you do on your walks because you don't agree with the end result. The voters had issues such as open borders, inflation, high prices at the grocery store, illegal immigration, plus many more. And then the Harris campaign with the campaign commercials that I got fucking sick of on YouTube and on the TV screen. All right. I was like, when election day came, I went to vote. I wanted this thing over with. All right. I wanted it fucking over. You know, I was sick of this circus of this fucking circus of an election. All right. Kamala was making it about abortion. She was making it about gay rights, things that are null issues, in my opinion, because many of the states had the abortion issue on the ballot. All right, making it a non-issue. All right. State issues, correct, Wendy. State issues. So she was making paranoid campaign commercials, the Harris campaign, trying to gather up votes. And then we have Cock on his walks screaming and complaining that Trump won the election. Get over it. We had a deal with 4 years of Kamala and Biden in office. All right. We had to fucking deal with it. Now, if Kamala actually won the election, I probably would have been worried. I would have been worried. I would have been actually worried. But people go out to vote. All right. There's nothing. And tonight, we don't he's saying. But pretending that other people's opinion mattered. Come on. We know you better than that, Cuck. If they don't agree with you, you get awfully pissed, don't you? Damn. So we had to deal with 4 years of incompetence. All right, that's just my opinion. And he's walking down the street, bitching and whining. We're not a communist country. Our elections rigged? Yeah. Sort of. That's a different conversation for another day. But damn. Cucky doesn't get it. And then he starts laughing today about Trump calling Newsom, Gavin Newsom. Well, at least Trump is telling the truth about something. All right. Gavin Newsom, in my opinion, is scum. All right. He drove California to the ground. All right. Let's see here. California has high crime. You're likely to get mugged on the street. High shoplifting crimes. Yeah, he really dragged California downwards. All right. I'm just being and then Cuck takes offense to him being called new scum. Come on here. It's an opinion. Oh yeah, Wendy. And then people shitting on the sidewalk in San Francisco. In these camps because they can't afford to pay the rent. Oh yeah, Cuck says that California is so great, such a great place to live. Home is where the heart is. And Wendy has a great point. But he enjoys walking in the shit, the feces in San Francisco, Redwood City, during his walks, no less. 10 cities. The high crime. California is such a nice place to live, isn't it? California is such a nice place to live. But this is Cuck talking. He thinks he knows it all. He's the expert on everything. And get a load of this, people. California don't even know how to count votes, apparently. So it's been 5 days, all right, in California. And only 72% of the vote is in. All right. I'm looking at it now. And most of California is red. The only places that are blue is the coastal counties. That's an interesting fact that Cuck doesn't mention on his walks. Damn. You don't even mention that. Alaska doesn't know how to count. It took Arizona, let's see here. They're still counting their votes, but they have 92% of the vote in. Let's see here. Nevada has 96% of the vote in, but still not done counting. And it looks like it's red, except for Las Vegas area, Clark County. So what Cuck doesn't realize is the people have spoken. All right. The people have spoken. Shut the fuck up, Eli. Nobody gives a shit about how you feel about the election. You're not going to sit there and tell us how to vote, who to vote for, or make us feel bad for who we voted for. All right? Southern Rose, they say that all the time. They say they're leaving the U.S., and they never do. They never do it. Hollywood's a piece of shit. You're right. You're right on that, Wendy. I think, and then some of these delusional people say California is a great place to live. Eli's one of them. I'll tell you that. He says, "Oh, I love the gay area of California." Oops, I meant the Bay Area. Yeah, Southern Rose. He doesn't seem to know that Alaska and Hawaii are part of the U.S. I'm saying, Hucky, get a geography lesson. All right. We learned that in elementary school. Duh. Everyone in this chat knows that Alaska and Hawaii are part of the United States. Damn. Damn it. Huck. I don't know if you just burned all your brain cells doing drugs, or you're just that stupid, or your mama dropped you when you were born. You know? It's amazing, you know? So, tonight on the restream, the Cocky restream, Eli's at his old tricks again, making fun of the disabled. Did anyone think that was funny? He was laughing his ass off. He thought Trump calling his governor Newsom was funny. He called Donald Trump a troll. Did anyone think any of this was hilarious? Or have we all heard this before? I wasn't laughing. He was making fun of Dion in his speech. Then he started making fun of Jenny. All right. Oh yeah, Jack. American Samoa is a U.S. territory. So is Puerto Rico. But the idiots don't know that either. So he started poking at Jenny. All right. And Dion and making fun of their disabilities. Now that's wrong. All right. Now I'm not going to sit there and call Jenny an angel. She's not. All right. However, she's been called out on some of the few things that she's done. All right. But did we ever make fun of her for her disabilities? No. We never, ever made fun of her for her speech. We never made fun of her for her weight. We don't go there. And Cock has the brilliant idea of making fun of Dion and Jenny. And he started laughing. I wasn't laughing. I thought it was in poor taste. I thought it was pretty gross, to be honest. So Cocky thinks he's the moral authority over everything. No, you're not, Cocky. You're just a malignant narcissist who thinks only of you, and everything to you is transactional. All right, Cock? You make fun of the disabled. You make fun of murder victims. You make fun of people in situations that shouldn't be made fun of. Cock. And you think you're better than everyone else. You even said that Gabby Petito got what she deserved. You disgusting pig. Everyone heard that with their own ears. And then tonight, he starts laughing with that smile, that crooked little smile. You are disgusting, Cock. Not only do you lie, you have no compassion for anyone or anything but yourself, in my opinion. And you wonder why no one likes you. How long have you been at this, Cock? 6 years. Every community that you insert yourself in throws you out, wants nothing to do with you. And then you sit there and blame it all on entitled millennials. You take none of the blame. Oh, it's everyone else's fault. It's everybody else's fault. I do nothing wrong. You say you want to help people. Stop trying to kid yourself. Stop trying to convince us of the bullshit. We don't buy it. You have a long history of trying to con people into thinking you're Mr. Wonderful. People see through it within a few months, even the new people. And then, Cock, you sit there and threaten Red Bull Jack here to take down his channel today. Don't you realize if you take down Red Bull Jack, he'll make another channel and another channel and then another? Do you think if you take down Red Bull Jack or Kit Carson that they're going to just suddenly cry about it and stop? Even hypothetically, if you did win, which you're not gonna, all right? There'll be someone like Jack or Kit Carson or whoever that'll just take their place because all you do he sure did, Jack. He threatened you. He threatened, oh, I'm going to take down your channel. I'm going to take down Red Bull Jack's channel. And then he cried about his copyright as usual. And I'm like, nobody gives a shit about your copyright, Eli. Do you realize how much money the Copyright Office charges just to copyright your live streams, your damn walks? And even if you manage to get those copyrighted, even if you got those copyrighted, anyone that restreams you while you're live, it's not copyrighted. It takes weeks to a month to get it approved. So if you if you take someone down for copyright and it wasn't copyrighted by the time you put in that notification, they could sue you for abusing the system. Now, if they share your content or after you have that copyright certificate, then you're in the legal right. Do you realize what these big companies do? These media companies and these the music industry and the movie industry, they pre-record their content, send it to the Copyright Office before they release it. So they're in the clear. And Southern Rose, I'm not really buying his bullshit. He makes threats all the time. You get what I'm saying? He just wants to scare people into not restreaming him. And even if he sues somebody for a trademark, it would have to be the exact same thing. All right. And it's copyrighted. If it's altered in a way that's transformative, a judge is just going to laugh at him. Or if someone uses just a portion of the trademark image and they turn into a piece of art, a judge is just going to say, and they don't even have to claim fair use under the law. He thinks he knows everything. Of course, Southern Rose, he took down 2 channels for showing his stupid stars. But if they wanted to, they probably could sue him. But he'll get shown in the courtroom one of these days, all right, Southern Rose? Because he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he's above everything. All right. This is Eli for you. Yeah. And then Southern Rose, you're absolutely right on that. He said to email him if Silicone has bullied them, and he would give Silicone's real name and information. It's like, what the fuck? So he says he's against doxing, but if something happens to him, it's all right. So here's Eli's position on doxing. You don't care if they go after someone else, but if it's done to him, it's all right to dox someone. That's his position on doxing. All right. It's so hypocritical and crazy. He has no right to dox Silicone. I'm sure he'll get all of Silicone's information wrong. Of course. How many times has it been wrong before? So many times it isn't even funny. Okay? So many fucking times the cuck has been wrong. Oh, he heard a little birdie in his ear. Doesn't ask for proof of anything. Just says, "Oh, okay," and then he screams and opens up his mouth on his live. And then when he's wrong, he just doubles down sometimes, you know? And then he calls his opinion. Really? You think that's your opinion when you are spreading rumors, Eli? And making false accusations straight up? You even made the accusation that Sarah and Jamie are business partners and I'm business partners with them. That's not true. You could be sued for that if someone wanted to. But we're not as petty as you are. Damn. Yeah, then he started talking about Tammy, and I was like, okay, here we go again. And going after Tammy, and I thought, this is, oh. He's all over the place this week. Did something just as simple as a damn election set him off? I don't care. I don't think anyone cares at this point. The election's over. I'm glad it's over. Now we can get back to normal. And people can start getting along again. I don't like what politics does sometimes with divide people. So yeah, Eli decided today that he wanted to sit there and make fun of the mentally disabled or any other disability because he thinks it's funny. We all heard Eli's greatest hits. He used to call Joe Buddy the N-word. He probably didn't say that just once. He called Barbara Plaisance a bitch. How many times? And then expects her to be his friend afterwards. No apologies for that. No apologies for that. Then he walks. Then during his walks, he says the most sexist things. And dumbest things. So he says racist. He says racist, homophobic, sexist, and misogynistic things. He even says things like, I'm mad you're allowed to have a penis. I was like, where'd that come from? Oh, that's right. He's probably yelling at Jamie again. The spoiled millennial that he blames for everything. Damn. He's probably just jealous that Jamie's a success and he's not, you know? When I first watched Eli, it was like, okay, this guy's cringe. This guy's scum. He's a failure. So maybe I should take tips from Eli. Now, I would never take this guy's advice. I would kind of think about it and do the opposite. Okay, don't do that. Don't do this. Eli's a failure. So I kind of use that as a guide. He bans everyone from his chat. Paranoid as fuck. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Just because they have a different opinion? Or ask you a question that you don't like? Yeah, I even went in to Eli's chat and asked him about a question about his self-awareness. And he banned me. You know, it's something like that, you know? I was totally respectful. I just asked him a damn question. And he just goes ballistic. Says, "Oh, you shouldn't have asked. You shouldn't have had to ask me that question." And it was about, I think it was the time when Tammy was suing him, or the aftermath with it. And I was like, okay, he never changed, just like I thought, you know. If anyone thinks that this guy has changed, they're delusional as well. You know, it's just. And then Eli sometimes goes on about race and gender. And people don't realize something. All right. He goes hardcore core for the liberals in California. Okay. But were the Democrats always good and wholesome? No way, Jose. They weren't always. So let me give everyone a history lesson. All right. That Eli will sit there and say, oh, that's bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. So back when the Democratic Party was started, the majority of Southern Democrats were slave owners. They were racist as fuck. They promoted slavery, bigotry, and racism to the highest degree. They promoted it. They started the Civil War. Because they got the impression, all right? They got the impression that they can nullify these federal laws, calling it states' rights. These were Democrats, by the way. These were Democrats. They thought if a law was hurtful to the South, they can just nullify the federal law passed by Congress. And then they went on and on about states' rights, and a lot of these states' rights had to do with slavery. Okay? Which was written into the Constitution, by the way, the federal Constitution. But at the time, things were getting more progressive. And there were Republicans, all right? Republicans started. So by the time Abraham Lincoln ran for office under the Republican Party banner, they just said they had enough. Enough was enough. Eli's triggered Bex. Again. So they all left the Union. They all left and formed the Confederate States of America. And even their states' rights theory started to fall apart in some of the Confederate states. They were even threatening to leave the Confederacy, for fuck's sakes. All right, if you go back through history, the history books. So the South lost the Civil War. The 14th and 15th Amendment were signed into the Constitution. So what happened? The Democrats became butthurt. They didn't want these progressive policies of African Americans, the freed slaves, getting full civil rights. So what did they do? They formed the Ku Klux Klan, who set back civil rights. They were an arm of the Democratic Party, especially in the South. Sad, isn't it? And Eli will sit there and deny that and deny that. He'll sit there and praise the liberals for everything. He'll sit there and praise their past and say they weren't that bad. This is how dumb he is. This is how dumb Eli is. He'll probably blame someone else in history. Who will he blame? Susan B. Anthony for at the same time fighting for women's rights? At the same time, the women's rights movement. But here's an interesting fact. The federal government started going after these men with hoodies for the scumbags that they were in the 50s and 60s, holding back progress again. So what did the Democrats do? They put away their robes and put on suits. Even Lyndon B. Johnson said, I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for over 200 years. Hey, Rachel. I'll have those N-words voting for us for 200 years. The Kennedys had, in my opinion, were they progressive? I don't know. I think they had the idea of let's con these minorities to get them to vote for us. We'll keep them trapped in a system where they don't succeed. All right? We'll get them relying on us. And then you had people like Clinton and Joe Biden and older Democrats. I don't think the party has changed much over the years. Yeah, they have conned people into the party promoting civil rights agenda. However, some years ago, I actually checked these Democrats' voting record. And they're the ones that vote no to civil rights acts. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Democrats voted against. Who voted for it? The Republicans. When the George Floyd incident happened, there were several bills in Congress. Who voted against it? I would have thought the Republicans. No, it was the Democrats. They just sat there and blamed the Republicans because they killed it with spending amendments. So Eli is going to sit there and make excuses. No matter which side of the aisle you are on these days, all right, they're all corrupt, all right? There's no doubt about that. They all work for the same people, the special interests of this country. And I'm just giving you a quick history, all right, of the Democratic Party. That Eli sits there and defends. He sits there and defends these liberals. Now, what I'm trying to say here is everyone has the right to vote here in America. He has zero right to tell anyone who to vote for, how to vote, or even make people feel bad for who they voted for. You have no right, Eli. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Because you're whining and screaming, going down the street with your selfie stick is not going to change anything. What is that going to do, Eli? Is that going to change the results of the election? True, Jack. He has his First Amendment rights. Tell us how he feels about that. Like I'm using my First Amendment rights right now. But what is that going to accomplish, Jack? What is that going to accomplish? Is that going to change the results of this election Tuesday? Is that going to change who becomes president in January? Is that going to change who got elected to the House of Representatives? Is that going to change who got elected to the Senate? No. So he's just going to continue to go down this self-destructive path. Of course, he's going to do that. And I'm saying, okay, Jack, yeah, accomplishment outcome doesn't have any impact over the equation of the statement, but still, he thinks, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Jack, I'll give you that. It is his right either way, but do we have to approve of him doing it, Jack? He thinks his First Amendment rights are a one-way street. He thinks he has the right to cuss everyone out and get no response from it. Well, hey, we have our own opinions, don't we? We don't have to approve of it. What he's doing, in my opinion, is pretty disgusting. You know? So going back through his history, he acts like the old Democrats from the South. Racist, sexist, calls Joe Buddy the N-word all the time, or used to. And to be real, I don't buy his explanation. Oh, I was just mad. It's just a word. Come on, Eli. Who do you think you're trying to fool? So he's saying, oh, stop using my language from 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But you're still acting the way you are now. You just abbreviate things now. You call people MRs because you're afraid to say it on your live stream. Hey, I can call someone motherfucker. I actually say the words. Coward. I say shut the fuck up. I actually say the words. Okay, Jack. Yeah. I'm trying to call out hypocrisy here. He says he cries on his walks all the time that, oh, my First Amendment rights. Like a Karen that he is. But then says that we don't have First Amendment rights to respond and give our opinions. And then he cries he's being harassed. Give me a break. You know, then he threatens you, Jack, to take down your channel because you don't like him. And you put up content that hurts his fifis. Well, if he doesn't like your channel, Jack, he does not watch the videos or content you put up. Yeah, 100%. Or claims libel or slander for speaking the truth about him. Bingo. Bingo. Damn. Yeah, and then tries to revoke your freedom of speech, your freedom of expression that's ingrained in the Constitution. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is call him out for his hypocrisy yet again. All right. But of course, he's probably going to listen and scream my name 100 times or yeah, and then he calls everyone mentally ill. Not everyone's mentally ill over here, Eli. So I think what he means by that is he looks at Jenny and people and looks down on them and calls, and just because she has a speech impediment, calls her, you get what I'm saying, right? The R word. But here's the thing with Jenny. She's 10 times as smart. Eli underestimates her. All right? He doesn't even understand the First Amendment, Jack. I don't think he even understands copyright law, to be honest with you. He thinks he does. He gets someone from Legal Shield to tell him something, and he doesn't even understand what they're telling him. because he wants, yeah, absolutely, Southern Rose. Jenny is very intelligent. And here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing, Southern Rose, all right? Eli sits there and judges a book by its cover. He sees someone with a speech impediment and thinks she's an MR. No. At least she knows how to read a book. She could read Google and totally understand it, by the way. But this is how ignorant Eli is as a person. And then he starts to bully Jenny because she has her own opinion of the cuck. Damn it, you know? Now, I'm not going to say she's innocent. She has done some things. She's been called out. However, we never used her disabilities and used them for content. We never made fun of her due to her disability. We just called her out for her actions, just like any other person on this platform. Yeah, me too, Southern Rose. I don't think I think Legal Shield may have also gave him advice too. But in Eli's delusional mind, he reads it in a way and lies. You get what I'm saying? He adds to it. Like it okay. Hypothetically speaking, if the lawyer says you have no case, he turns that around and changes it just to, with a lie to scare everyone. But then when Legal Shield says you don't have a case, but gives him a legal framework to do something, you get what I'm saying? He sits there and he blows it all out of proportion because with him, he has to always be right. Yeah, but here's the thing with the Sixth Amendment, Southern Rose. You may have the right to legal representation, but the courts have upheld you don't have the right to a great attorney, only a competent one. So how many times have appeals been denied due to that incompetent counsel? It's a very your lawyer would have to be so bad that they did absolutely nothing for you. You get what I'm saying? So bad lawyering doesn't count as incompetent counsel under appeal. Yeah, plenty of criminals try to use that as defending themselves. Say, oh, let me defend myself. I'll be incompetent as possible. And then appeal when they get convicted and say, oh, I represented myself and I was totally incompetent as my own attorney. The courts have denied that. So, Legal Shield, we don't know how good these attorneys are. Yeah, 100%, Jack. I don't think they're actual attorneys behind Legal Shield. Or they'll look up the law for someone. They get the paperwork organized and shit. They don't represent you in court. They don't do anything. They just dispense legal advice and get the paperwork organized. So if you go to Legal Shield and have a bunch of legal questions, they'll look them up, on the computer. And the paralegal will know what you're asking, because the paralegal does take law classes. So, oh, absolutely, Jack. They can likely refer you to someone that can hire separately at your own discretion. Absolutely. Well, this is Eli. He doesn't have the cash to hire an actual attorney. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong on that, but I may actually be wrong, but I may actually be wrong on that, but his mother has the money for an attorney, not him. Let's get that straight. I'm sure when Eli announced that he was getting that Bissell, I don't think he bought that. I think his mom bought it because she was sick of smelling the shit and piss from down in the basement. Yeah, Southern Rose. He thinks he can get a 2-week trial with the Dream Team. Good luck on that, Eli. Yeah, Southern Rose, Oh, absolutely, Southern Rose. You got a good point there. Why didn't he consult Legal Shield when Tammy took him to court? That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question that we can't even answer because he's an idiot. Because with Tammy, he thought, oh, I'm right. I'm right. I'm always right. But maybe Southern Rose, maybe he actually did consult them and says, you're in the wrong here. Settle this. Maybe. Now, we're not going to find out for sure because guess what? Even with the paralegal, that's attorney-client privilege. That's attorney-client privilege, and he doesn't have to undivulge that. Oh, my goodness. So he's been paying them since 2014, almost $14,000. Oh, my God. Yeah, and he could have went on Judge Judy versus Tammy because his concepts of court don't go any further beyond a televised arbitration forum. Well, Jack, I'm going to say this. Okay? On Judge Judy, when you sue someone on Judge Judy, if you lose your lawsuit, you don't pay the verdict. The show pays the verdict. And they pay you an appearance fee to go on there. So if Tammy sued Eli, all right, she sued him, all right, for the $2,500 or whatever. Okay. If Tammy won, okay, she'd get her $2,500 from the Judge Judy show. She'd probably get a $500 appearance fee, so that'd make it $3,000. She'd get her airfare and hotel paid. Okay, and then Eli would probably get $500 for appearing. I think, here's the thing, Jack. I think Eli was too proud to get humiliated by Judge Judy or screamed at or made to look stupid. He probably says, I'm better than this. Absolutely, Jack. So if you go to a Judge Judy court for arbitration, you waive to take that case to court afterwards. No appeals. No fucking appeals. Southern Rose, if even if it's in civil court, this is civil court, remember? The judge cannot order Tammy to do a psych evaluation. Okay? A civil judge in small claims court cannot order Tammy to go for a psych eval. That would probably be in superior court or district court. If she's charged with something or is found in contempt of court, the judge can order a psych eval. Yeah, it's this crazy thinking, you know. I'll get Tammy a psych eval. Your Honor, I'd like to get Tammy a psych evaluation. She's nuts. She's fucking nuts. Damn, you know? Fucking I would have loved to see them two over at Judge Judy's, to be honest with you. I'm sure, here's the thing, all right? I'm sure Judge Judy would have cussed both of them out. Yes, Southern Rose, he was in front of a judge. Because here's the thing. When he settled with Tammy, he had to appear before a judge, a small claims court judge, and tell the judge that them two came to an agreement. Something I didn't know of at the time. So, yeah, he has no real life experience, only selling insurance, and he thinks he has, and he thinks he can life coach people. You get what I'm saying? He thinks he can life coach people, and it's ridiculous, you know? He went in person, I believe, Southern Rose, and she went by Zoom. She didn't go. Tammy didn't go to Redwood City or wherever it was. So apparently Tammy's threatening to sue Cuck again. I don't know if she'll actually go through with it this time, but you never know. If Cuck wants to keep it up, she could fuck around and find out. But you get what I'm saying? So putting Eli's bullshit aside and his little racism and everything, it really got me thinking, all right? It really got me thinking to this racism and everything. And it really disappoints me on the way that Cuck behaves himself. All right, to be honest with you. It's like this. If aliens do exist, and I believe they do, Eli is one of the reasons why they don't land. They don't make themselves public. I'm just saying. So he gives us a bad name as a human race. I believe that they look just like us. They come in all different skin colors, all colors of the rainbow. By the way, many have advanced technology. Some are still on their planets, and many are emotionally evolved, more evolved than us in a way. And people like Eli, damn, you know, yeah, I think the skin colors have, there's not much to it except what kind of star they got, the actual mixture of soil, the food they eat, and sometimes mixed genetics have a role in it. There's not much doesn't change what's on the inside. So my version of hatred, and Eli practices this all the time, is a racism. Is he hates someone because they breathe or they exist. I'm sure Eli couldn't come up with one fucking reason why he hates a black person or why he hates a gay person. It's sad, isn't it? And then Eli sits there and collaborates with criminals. And ODN, by the way, sits there and brags about wanting to rob victims of hurricanes. That should tell everyone something right here and right now. He's not normal. So the only ones that actually respond to the cock are trolls and criminals. So that's his only success on this platform. You can't get decent people in his chat. He blames everyone else everyone else for his failures. Blames Tammy, blames the spoiled millennial for being more successful than he is and for being exposed. Yeah, check Tammy's community wall. He was bragging it to Ratley in Florida. He's going to go house to house robbing. Yeah, Jack, scanning for intelligent life, static. I'm mad you're allowed to have a penis, static. No intelligent life detected, Absolutely, Jack. As I said before, he's one of the reasons why they don't land and make themselves public. Because people like him you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm not saying ODN is smart, Jack. He's just criminally sophisticated. What is that? What it's called? When you're only smart and not knowing how to steal, shoot a gun, but you're stupid in everything else you do. Yeah, he was bragging. He was bragging to Ratley what he wanted to do. Yeah, not smart. But hey, if ODN wants to get chronic respiratory infections, let them. We can stop him for being an idiot. He might enjoy it. He might enjoy stealing from people. I don't think there's any help for him either, along with the cock. Yeah, that's the best you can do, cock. You can attract people like ODN, real lifer, Ratley. I wonder who Tia is. She another troll? Huh? She another troll you met? Hmm. Sure, she is. He can't really do much. So, Cuck's still acting like a moron. So, we'll see what he does next. Sure, he'll be screaming tomorrow. So, yeah. No, Lauren. Sorry. I don't need a channel manager. I'm not hiring. Didn't you steal from Wendy to go to Taco Bell? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were supporting Cuck too. So, all right, everyone. I'm gonna shut this down now. So, I want to thank everyone for coming, and I hope Eli gets it, but nah, he'll keep it up. So, all right, everyone. I'll see if anything happens. So, all right, everyone. I'll see everyone next time. All right. Thanks for coming. Bye bye.